Too many. Okay, is this better? Yeah. Sorry, too many last minute issues, but here we are. Thanks for your time and coming to listen to my talk. So I'm going to be talking to you about the rise of large area nanoimprinting for display optics. So this is why I do what I do, to see the reaction on my daughter's face when she's looking at all these different applications. So on the very right, you see a VR goggle, an Oculus Quest. Here's an augmented reality Vuzix actually glasses, and that's a Leia 3D display. And those are her reactions for all these displays that I work on or that I bring home, and so she gets to actually see these things and react in the way that she does. So what we do at Morphotonics is we try to enable brand new visual experiences. We do that by doing large area nanoimprinting. Our motto is any optics, any display, any size. So we see an increasing trend actually in display companies, whether they are fabs, whether they are brand names that are incorporating displays, incorporating more and more nano and micron structures to have more sophisticated ways of managing light. As you can see in the bottom right, you see an increasing trend in patent disclosures in people including nano and micron structures with displays. So we believe that the key enabler to provide these kind of micron and nanostructures is large area nanoimprinting, and to go beyond wafer scale imprinting. Because with the wafer scale imprinting, the cost effectiveness is just going to be a major barrier. The three areas that we are focused on as a company is glasses-free 3D. You can see example of it at the Leia booth, also at our booth at 840. Anti-glare, we see an increasing demand for sunlight readability, ambient light readability, and the need for anti-glare type of functionalities. And then obviously augmented reality glasses. So we are a company that's based in the Netherlands. We are right down the street, literally from ASML. As a result, we have the opportunity to tap into the talent pool as well as a subcontractor network of ASML and the like in the area. Oh, let me go back. Yeah. So we are founded in 2014. We have about 40 employees, and we are primarily an equipment supplier. So we don't do any design, we don't do any mastering, we don't do any production. What we do is we sell equipment. But along with that equipment, we have quite a bit of process know-how as well as material science know-how. So we actually have over 100 recipes of resins from 1.4 to 1.62. We can even go up to 1.89 with partners. And we do actually make our own flexible stems, working stems that we supply to the customers. But our main bread and butter is selling the equipment, and it's a modularized based system. So what we do is, by any optics, any display, any size, we mean the following. We can replicate structures that range from 500 micron down to 50 nanometers. So that's quite a wide range, and that can be aspect ratio dependence, base to height, and we can do up to 5:1 height to base, I should say, in the nanoscale, about 2:1, 3:1 in the micron scale. Any display, no matter the underlying technology, whether that's LCD, OLED, micro LED, or it's a tablet or a 65-inch TV or a smartwatch, doesn't matter. We can apply our technology. We can apply large area nanoimprinting for any display. And by any size, we really mean that, and there are not too many people that can do nanoimprinting up to Gen 5 size, and that's what we do. We can have pretty high throughput. One of our machines, the Aurora, which is a fully automated machine that I'm going to talk about, can have a takt time down to 90 seconds. We are pretty precise. We have most recently actually replicated some augmented reality waveguides that are measured by optofidelity, and we were able to get down to 20 picometer track pitch variation. We are versatile. We can do both glass and foil. For example, with roll-to-roll, you get only foils. With wafer scale, you only get rigid substrates. We can do both. We can use wafer carriers to, if the size of the substrate is smaller, we can put them on a wafer carrier. And we are cost effective. We, as a rule of thumb, basically we can replicate structures that with a cost of below $50 on a smartphone size imprint. And we have a stamp lifetime of over 1,000 times proven by customers in mass production. Of course, this is texture dependent, disclaimer, you know. And we do minimal resin, as you can see. I mean, that's of course a little bit of a cartoonish image, but the resin is pushed forward and we don't cover the entire surface of the substrate. We don't do any spin coating. We do mostly jet dispensing. And then the resin is pushed forward and we use line pressure and speed and the material characteristics to achieve the texture replication. So we see opportunities in larger nanoimprinting because, you know, let's face it, we have, on average in the US, and I think this is true for the rest of the world, we spend more than 7 hours looking at displays, whether we like it or not. And I don't know, I don't think that's going to go down anytime soon. So we might as well have a good experience while we are doing so. So we see increasing opportunities due to, you know, we've already gone beyond retina displays. What, 2011, 2012, you know, it's almost a decade ago. So we are now at 4K, 8K. The pixel pitch is reducing, is going down, and we are getting more and more densely populated displays. The 5G the bandwidth, the internet is becoming pervasive. You know, broadband bandwidth is everywhere. And then, you know, Moore's law is not stopping, right? So you're getting tremendous and cheap computational power, which is really coming together to have more and more sophisticated display experiences. So there's progress, you know, there's progress, as you can see here, with micro mini LEDs, AR, VR, and some of these things are not mass market ready, but they're coming. So we believe that enhanced and low cost, that's key, right? You cannot have hundreds of, you know, capital equipment to do 24 waveguides, for example, on a 300 millimeter wafer. You need some new way, some display level thinking to be able to achieve this. So we believe that enhanced and low cost optics is key for better light management. So there's already quite a bit of semicon level push with wafer level optics and things like that, but we think that scalable display manufacturing thinking is indeed required. So the challenges we see, if you take a look at it, I mean, we don't do optical design, we don't do mastering, but what we do, where we come in is as an equipment maker, we can quickly iterate and we can actually work with the designers and the master makers to make sure that their designs are manufacturable. So freedom of design, so this is a pretty lengthy commercialization path. If we can help reduce that, you know, that can really help reduce the time to market. The freedom of design, you know, if you're trying to make, you know, very sophisticated nano gratings, you know, that are, let's say, slanted, it takes quite a bit of resources and computational power. Some people use supercomputers to do this. So it's still pretty complex. Mastering, that's also a major hurdle to overcome because display size mastering is indeed very limited around the world. It's captive, it's costly, and it can take too long. We work with, for example, folks like Rate, you know, to do, as well as you know, NIL Technologies out of Denmark for doing mastering, and then the raw materials. You know, still, what we do is Gen 5, but Gen 5 size high index glass is just not available. And on the consumable side of things, we are always looking for low viscous and stable imprint, UV curable imprint resins. On the metrology side of things, inspection and metrology for especially large area nanoimprinting is still not fully there yet. So here's an example, proof point of what we have done. This is based on a paper we have published at SPIE with these folks, Light Trends out of Germany who have done a design. NIL Technologies out of Denmark has done a master, and we did the imprint, shot provided glass, that was 300 millimeters squared in 1.9 index, and Optofidelity did the metrology for this work. So There is a design of a very standard HoloLens 1-like single color waveguide. We basically took that single eyepiece master, we upscaled it, and you can see it actually at our booth at 840, into a 30 up, and then we put it on 9 different quadrants and then did an imprint. So on a Gen 5 size, we were able to achieve 270 waveguides in one go. In contrast, you can only get 24 on a 300 millimeter wafer, okay? Does the world need 270 waveguides per imprint right now? No, the answer is no. But hopefully in 5 years, hopefully in 10 years, you know, that's sort of the path that we want to chart. And when you do a singulation, that's what you can get. So by replicating structures that are slanted, binary, blaze, we have shown the design freedom that's possible on a large area with very good quality, essentially. So what can we do for you? Okay, what can Morphotonics do for you? We can help scale display patterning, display optics into large areas. Essentially, that's what we can bring to the market. And we have quite a bit of experience or know-how across a variety of applications and industries. We have a lot of material knowledge on the consumable side of things and do development. And we can help you basically scale and in volume. Okay. And how you can help? You know, if you are looking for, we are always looking for partners who can help us with the resin, with mastering, and with design. So if you have a product that you're thinking about bringing to market in display optics, come and stop by our booth at 840 and let's talk. Okay, that's it.
Thank you so much, Rohan. Any question? Very shy audience today. So, but please make sure you visit Rohan's booth at 840, right? 840. All right. Thank you again. So I think the next speaker is not here. Dr. Tong Tong Zhu.